If I look back to Argos 3 years ago when I joined, this was a great business and it had great people. But I think one of the key challenges that I found was that they didn't necessarily believe in what they could deliver.
Argos had been brilliant at what Argos was always very good at, and that was process, having the right products in the store to match the catalogue so people could come in and find it easy to buy.
The stores had a mystery shop target of 80%. They'd never achieved that in 35 years of Argos's history. It was very much in danger of being a tick box exercise in terms of what I'd call command and control. It was about asking area managers to be policemen and go and check on store managers, etc. The relationship and making a store feel good and making a customer feel valued just wasn't there. The customer was the last thing in their mind. And one of the things I realised straight away is that in Argos, with a process business and with an area manager of 30 odd stores, you can't be a policeman, you need to be a leader. Leadership 3 years ago was very much, I would call it slap them and leave them, which is if they're delivering, leave them alone. If they're not delivering, give them a good slap to get them back on the straight and narrow.
My leadership behaviour was probably dictatorial. I would do most things for most of the staff without letting them think for themselves.
I did lead from the front, was very relaxed but very controlling.
It was an okay place to work, wasn't as much motivation, or we didn't feel like we had enough sort of ownership.
So a bit of a challenge in terms of actually creating a level of belief and ownership and accountability and pride.
It became clear to them that what had made them great in the past was not going to be great enough for the future.
We were introduced to Lane 4 very early on with some group forum leadership exercises that we did, and that quickly materialised into the coaching programme that myself and the area manager population went through.
The Coaching for Performance programme was a 12-month programme. It was made up of regional interventions, so team days if you like, and the final element was fantastic. We were actually allocated our own personal coach provided by Lane 4. I got to understand and see in the flesh what great coaching looked like, what great questions looked like.
So we'd worked with Lane 4 for our previous year with our area manager group and had some great results. Store managers had experienced some of that through the change in their area managers, and we wanted to build a piece this year which was about concentrating on those store managers. So that's 750 people nationwide who influence on a daily basis our 23,000 store colleagues.
Probably the biggest programme from a development and behavioural perspective we'd ever undertaken with our store manager population.
Our programme with Argos was about helping the store managers to raise the bar on their performance. We wanted to help them become even better leaders and even better coaches so that they could harness the potential within their team to deliver a great customer service. To make Argos an even better place to shop for their customers, we were focused on making it a great place to work for the store managers and their team.
So across the country we've been running programmes to enhance their existing skills and turn them into fantastic store managers.
I think the skills people developed would have ranged from real nuts and bolts of management. We looked at leadership.
How to articulate visions, using storytelling to really build an exciting vision.
We looked at how they could better support their team, developing their coaching skills. So we focused on motivation, how to understand what makes you tick, what makes your team tick, and how to get the best out of people.
How to thrive under pressure, not just kind of survive, but how to actually thrive.
And most of all actually was belief, believing in yourself as store manager, helping your team to have more belief in themselves so that they could raise the bar on their performance.
The Raising the Bar programme's changed internal behaviour on so many levels. There is much more emphasis now on leadership versus management.
Since Lane 4 I've very much moved much more to a coaching style, looking at all the things I've learned from Lane 4 and focusing and making sure that I have regular coaching interventions with my team.
There's a lot more coaching that goes on. He teaches us as well to think for ourselves a lot more.
He tells us about how well we're doing and what we're not doing well on.
I'm very much more involved in the staff and with the customers, so I think it has made a big impact.
The impact on the customers is we get really positive feedback, or we get loads of tell Argoses, 100%, they love it. The duty managers on the sales floor, there's always someone about to help help, staff are more open with customers, willing to help. It's just a fantastic place to work.
As a team we are more positive, and because of that now our customers are more positive. It's sort of fed back onto them.
What he does rub off on the other team leaders and the managers, and we're all sort of trying to get into what he's doing.
I'm role modelling the behaviours that I want my team to emulate and ultimately serve my customers the same way as I do.
They enjoy their job, they can actually see the end result.
Our mystery shop results have been, sky high since he started, and we can't thank anyone else but him for that.
I enjoy it more, I've got more motivation, I've got my own ownership. It really does feel like it's a better place to work now.
The Raising the Bar programme has impacted the business on a number of levels, but probably the most important factor is in terms of where the customer now sits. The customer is at the start and at the end of everything we now do.
That is now the culture of Argos, which wasn't there 3 years ago within operations. Absolutely, in every store manager's mind, every customer service manager's mind, every stock manager's mind, the customer is the most important person, the most important thing to focus on when they come through the door of an Argos store. Since March 2009, we've never been below 80% on mystery shop. In fact, last year we averaged 85%. And this year so far we're averaging 89%.
I've never seen a programme that's changed the culture within the business to the degree that the coaching for performance programme that we went through, but more importantly the Raising the Bar programme that the store managers went through last year, really has encompassed everything that we're trying to achieve around delivering great service out in the marketplace, and has really put the vision back into our stores.
We've become a self-driven organisation that tries to do more and more and more.
We've now got a team of leaders across our store manager population, as much as process managers, and I think what that's enabled us to do is engage and inspire our teams in such a way that actually we've got 20,000 people pulling in the same direction rather than just 700 managers trying to push the stores in the right direction.
That's left a legacy that we will continue to build on. I don't have to raise the bar anymore. They're raising the bar themselves.